Oakland. Much of the now generation barely knows how the Warriors lived before being plucked from the trash bin by an ambitious ownership group actually sincere in its vow to pursue greatness. Before becoming the super team that broke the NBA a few years ago, the Warriors spent the better part of 20 years wearing the league's brightest clown suit. They were submerged in such a toxic stew of instability, ineptitude and avarice that 42 wins was all it took for their fans to express full-throated, "We believe" euphoria. Belief meant snapping a 13-year playoff drought. The Warriors were, at that time, about where the Sacramento Kings were at the start of this season. By coincidence, the Kings are trying to put an end to a 13-year playoff drought. Even for the Warriors fan that would like to crush the Kings into a fine purple powder, it is refreshing to see the Kings making themselves significant. They come into Oracle Arena on Thursday night with a 30-27 record, already more wins than they've achieved in 8 of the last 10 seasons. They're a part of a postseason race for the first time since the 2005-06 season. Great story, great for Northern California, great for Sacramento's Warriors coach Steve Kerr says. There's a buzz in Sacramento that should be somewhat familiar to the Warriors fan of a dozen years ago, or to those that remember the 61-win Kings of Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, Mike Bibby, Doug Christie and Bobby Jackson. The dazzling point guard, De'Aaron Fox is 21. The sharpshooter, Buddy Hield, is 26. Marvin Bagley III is 19, Harry Giles 20. Coach Dave Yeager is in the Coach of the Year discussion. There are reasons why the Warriors have had difficulty shaking these dudes. After splitting 4 games with Sacramento last season, the champs this season are 3-0, but with a win margin of 3.3 points. "I love watching them play," Kerr says. "Dave has done a fantastic job with the team. They're exciting, they're young and fun and full of energy. They're tough to beat. Such talented youth is why the Kings have a future that can't compare to the current Warriors, but is considerably much brighter than the We Believe bunch." When Kerr was asked about a potential Warriors-Kings playoff series, he politely, and wisely, steered clear. His prerogative. Here, though, we think a Warriors-Kings series in the first round would be great fun to watch. It wouldn't be terribly competitive, but the Warriors could benefit from facing a team that out to change its status within the NBA. Indeed, the Kings and the Lakers are the two most captivating first-round opponents for the Warriors. Anytime LeBron James steps on the court to face the Warriors, it's an event. And the idea of a team on the rise and only 80 miles away, and the former home of DeMarcus Cousins, ensures electricity. To be sure, the appeal of either far outshines that of, say, the Spurs or the Timberwolves. As someone eager for playoff hoops the Warriors were not able to provide, I often drove up to Sacramento in April and May. I saw and heard a man run out of Arco Arena sobbing and screaming after the Shaq Kobe Lakers came back for an overtime win in Game 7 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals. It was the third consecutive postseason that the Kings were ousted by the Lakers. When the Kings were contenders, their fans were annoyingly loud and profoundly engaged. The equivalent of Warriors fans at their most vociferous. Related, 5 issues Warriors must confront to clear path to another championship. "That place has always had great fans," Kerr said. "I remember back in the day, going into Arco. So I'm happy for their fans because it's been a while since they've been able to really connect with their team. And this team is easy to connect with. It seems somehow appropriate that on Thursday the Warriors will honor the We Believe team, with Coach Don Nelson will be joined by Steven Jackson, Jason Richardson and Kelena Ezubike at Oracle Arena." If any fan can identify with the despair of those following the Kings, it is the Warriors fan that remembers Keith Jennings and Bill Curley, endured Jason Caffey and Tony Farmer, and once saw Larry Hughes as the savior.